Hello and welcome yet another video. And you know, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. I was going to do a reply comment this way. I can do it this way now. Okay, look, time to do a video on mana. By the way, Sis was hacked. They said so on Twitter. Mana is probably your next video. No, it wasn't. Because you said this 4 minutes ago. And longer than 4 minutes ago, I uploaded Trading Update 2018.07.03. So technically, no. But yeah, I'll take a look at it. And I really, ERC20, I know it exists and everything seems to go to it. Like Bellacoin, when I started off, it moved to that. I really don't understand the mathematical trading aspect and not caring too much about this level, but understanding a bit, because that would have been a good reason to do that 100% sell strategy when it got to those higher levels. And it doesn't matter if you use Binance Exchange or Bitcoin Exchange, it's all going to work. It's going to be great profit. It's just I wanted to gain Binance. Now I can even enter another base coin or two because I have gained enough to enter at least one new position with. That is a very good gain on one coin. So then let's take a look at mana. I don't own any. I've owned it before. First, I'm going to take a look at both exchanges. Okay, wow, interesting. And it had that type of move before. Let's just take a look at this against... First of all, how long does this got? This goes back to November on this exchange. Pretty much the same thing here. Well, I wouldn't enter into a position like this at this point. Not now, anyway. I mean, you can enter in and put your buy orders in where you fail day trading it. Well, I can't do the 15 minute. We're talking the 1. Okay, wow. You talk about if you're alert on the 1 here. This is a spot where you could just feel like you're running off with highway robbery. I almost felt the same way with Sis on some of the trades that I make. I mean, again, I just gain like a guaranteed gain. And you walk away, you can't lose when you make trades. When you're selling at 7 and buying at 20, like 28, and then if I get the 1200 buy in, but okay, sell orders, buy orders, sell orders. Maybe you got one buy order. Maybe you're waiting in here, and then of course you got these ones heading lower from this point. Very interesting situation. But that's the thing about these. They just go, and for me, I don't really care the reasons why. I just know mathematically that if I mean, look at what happens. It's the 1 minute. This is just crazy on the 1 minute. You're seeing the pattern of it leaving the 18, and it's leaving it at 28.29. It's at like 30.87. Just that in itself is like 250 basis points. That's like 70%. And you're looking at a fraction of 1 minute time frame. Boom, 32.86. It just shot up. Like, this is just crazy stuff that we're looking at. So look, if you're a day trader, you got in fast. Okay, you got in at 29, and you're this. I just couldn't I mean, I could do it, but I'd rather not. But this is why oftentimes you got to be fast within these markets. Now, I suppose, I mean, this is a big pullback. I mean, how far is this? This is 1600. I mean, this is just crazy stuff here. We're seeing it go up to like 38 to 36. So if you're day trading, you're playing the 1 minute time frame, you could be looking at 20% gains from the time you've seen it barely breaking it. I was just thinking too. I mean, I wasn't going to bet it, and I wouldn't have been fast. I mean, I could have made the bet fast enough, but wow, this is just magnificent. So you gotta look, what's a decent leg higher than here? I was gonna think Fibonacci, but this is too big of a low to count. I'd almost go Fibonacci high, 3,500, low, somewhere around 2,330. Mathematics, I mean, it's a big move. You gotta think this could break 5,000 anywhere in like a minute, 2 minutes, 40 seconds, 20 minutes type of deal. And that's really sick to see. I mean, look at this, 4,180. This is just crazy, crazy movements. And I mean, I would probably, if I bought in at just like 2 minutes ago in here, I mean, it'd sell a little bit now, place a buy order down around 3110. Let's just do this, play for fun. Okay, let's just assume I sold a little bit here. Come back to where it came from. And just see if this actually happens in a live setting. It would be crazy if it did. But when you're seeing moves like this go from, I mean, this is 3,000 to 4,000, 900 basis points, 30% in like 3 minutes. Do you know how many stocks work their asses off to go up 30% maybe in a year or 3 months? There's a buy order hit. Buy order hit. Okay, so maybe put a quick sell order here. And then buy order below would just get canceled. Let's do this. Yeah, so move this up to here. Move this up to here. And see what happens. So now you'd be looking, okay, can we get a quick sale? This is how fast one can trade on the short-term time frame when you get the right conditions to do so. It's a game. Literally, this is. But only price pays. And the market doesn't care if you're kicking ass and you are making a fortune, or if you are having your portfolio bleed like it's no tomorrow. It doesn't give a shit. Because the market's going to move like it's going to move. And if it's capable of having what you would consider insane style movements, then it's going to do it. It's just going to do that. So now you got your buy-in and you're not going up. Wild movements. But you see, if you play this game, this could be that top in a market. Let's just move this back to 15. Because you're buying, again, right in the middle of all this big high time movement. If you were to buy at 25. And if you're playing again, you're like, you know, if it goes way down, let's just buy back here. Especially if you were selling on the way up. I mean, I'm right now currently doing this on the CIS coin. 1 minute time frame again. But you see here, if you... And then when you think about selling previous highs, sometimes you're like, you know what, I don't want to sell there because I think if it goes there, coming from this high, that it's going to, it's either going to keep going up or it's just going to go sideways for maybe 5 or 6 periods or 5 or 6 minutes and then it's just going to go up again. So if that's the case, then you would not put a sell order there, and you really put one for an okay leg high, or maybe you'd go about 46 or 47 because you have a feeling that if it's going to at least come up to like say 41, 41.20, then I think there's a high chance it's going to soon thereafter go say to 46. And why do I want to sell at 42 when I would think it's going to go to 46? So those are types of things that I would be thinking about. But look at the intraday movement of just this correctionary move. The high in just this period, there's a difference of 350. So we already got 10% in just this whatever, this lower, but not that low style move. This one here, you can barely see this candle, that minute stamp. 1956. A difference of 178 basis points on 24.22. So I do 178 divided by 24.22 for volatility. So we're looking at 7% for just like a whatever one. And this breakout one, the differential there was greater than 700 basis points on 25. So when you're talking about these types of moves this fast, then that's where you can do very, very well. Okay, well, let's just take a quick look at CIS since this is slowing down a little bit. And it's not really slowing too much. It's just in the correctionary mode. And this is one I don't like too much because on a bullish level, it could still come down to the 18 average of lows and still be, okay, it's still working in its same mode of correcting the last gain. It can break through where it came from, which is where it's at now. It can do that most certainly. And if you have a situation where maybe you get some weakness down in here and you're using the same thought that, especially if you correct, say, in here, and especially if you buy down in this area too. If you were to say buy at the 18 low strategy, which is like, oh, it's coming now. Now you would buy maybe. You're playing the 18 lows. Now you would think, I'm definitely not going to sell here. But if it wouldn't surprise me if it has a failed rally attempt and I would sell, say, into here on this buy now. Because if I'm buying, obviously I bought at like 29 low. And if I'm selling 37 medium, then that's 850 points or so. So we're looking at just a 20-30% move, coming back to a place where it was 6 minutes ago. That's the wildness of these moves. I do got to take a look at CIS because this is one I'll be looking at all evening. That's the wrong crossing. So I got a buy order next to 12. See, I could have been more aggressive and just waited for the whole thing. And then when you think about the situation of technical analysis, and I'll go to mana after this, but there's really not much more for me to cover at this stage. You see this, if you were to be worth, say, 10 units here at 18, and it goes up to 70, that's where I sold last, and even sold a little bit before. There's a spot where you can get like a 3-4x gain and then be able to just get her back. So it's like you got 3 or 4 positions won. And so if you play 100 units as a normal position, you can gain like over 300. And this can be done throughout the day. That's why I look at it as almost like grand larceny in a way. But no, the market's doing what it's doing. It doesn't care about your portfolio. It's just going to move up and down. But who were the ones buying in these levels, bringing it back up? It happens, and it seems like this type of stuff, oh, there's a Twitter hack and all that stuff, or not a Twitter, well, it's posted on Twitter of a hack, not a Twitter hack. And that just over and over and over again. And when I see this, I realize, oh my goodness, this is one of those, I look at 2 things here that's going to happen. Either what we would see in the hack, and then it's just going to come down to this area, and it's just going to settle in from there. Or you get the situation where it's a real move. And the real move is it could even continue to go further. You don't know how high it's going to go. It's going to correct one way or another, either a little bit through price or through time. That's obviously going to happen, even in the good situations. But if you get ahead of yourself thinking at this time frame for any type of code, that it's just going up too far in a fast move. Now, getting a 6x gain and 5x gain in like a few hours, that's just mind-boggling. And I wasn't even thinking that, even though I was just following the math of, okay, you sell for this number here, I do this, and they're just hitting. But normally, it's just, this is now down to 18. This is on the 1 minute time frame, is just falling hard. So all the ones buying in here, oh, you buy it. The one who bought off me at 70, you got to think, who was on the other end of the trade that I sold at 70? And even you look back, oh, I bought it like here. That's a bad trade. Yes and no. I bought more than I did back here for less. And then every single situation is that case. So, you don't have to call tops and bottoms. I sold at 70. I lost. I could have got like 86 or 92 or something. But no, I didn't lose. I won. Because I was there to notice the situation and to be able to distribute some. And like, again, you buy here at 70. And a lot of these ones who buy on the way up are selling. I've already sold already. They already got in for a loss. So there's been people here who buy. Some of them have sold here. These people buy here. Some of them are selling in here and now. That just goes with the territory. Okay, I'm going to remove the scale on this. Again, I'm just going to let the buy order hit at 12 if it does. And if it, like, for example, if it goes down to, say, 14, 15, 13, then it goes up to 15, then it holds in at 14, I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to buy some, even though I have the 12 order. That's basically an example of waiting for it to settle down. This is just crazy. This is just crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Well, Mana obviously has just been getting... listen to this movement. 20 hours and 1 minute, 8:01 p.m. Eastern Time. A high of 4,222. Current price action 1,900. It's 10 minutes later. It's 8:11, 8:12, one of those times. 8:11, yes. So if you're playing, there's been maybe a couple literally, if you think of buy orders and sell orders. Oh, sell. Okay, a buyback here. Sell. Okay, a buyback here. Okay, so you bought this back. This gets bought back here. Okay, then you got this being bought back now. Oh, okay, so now you're going to have a buyer. And that's literally what it is. And sell, buy. To be alert on this in the 1 minute time frame, yeah, you can be alert here. And if you're doing it, congratulations. Obviously, I'm not in the Mana trade. But this is just wild movements. And this is what I look forward to as a trader. And again, why I have a handful of dozens of different trading crossings that I am playing. So when situations like this occur, I can play a game. And literally, that's what it is. It's a game. It's all about the game and how you play it. Man, this is just wild movements. I'd like to hear what... this is a situation where I wish I could do a Johnny Carson impression, because I would love to see, and Johnny Carson, and most people are old enough to know who he is, at least you should. But it would be so cool. Man, this is just wild, crazy stuff. I can't do that impression, but it would be cool. This is just, anyway, I got nothing else to say. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Everything's your own risk, own reward, but as I talk about with this strategy, you can see in action how when you see these moves, you could be like an intermediate term trader like me. Look for, or if you're doing the percentage gains in the area of like me, 20% move, a 15% move, 30% moves, all those 50%, all those types of moves. That when you get to, I guess 50% and less, 30% and less, that when you get days like this, you can be really active as a short-term trader. So people have asked me, not so much this year, but last year, what time frame do you like to trade on? What time frame is important? And a 1 minute time frame on cases like Mana and, of course, the Sys coin right now are most certainly in play. So take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.